How well do we know the people that are around us all the time? Our co-workers, people that we see, we've been knowing for a long time. And sometimes they'll do things and man, I just wouldn't think they would do something like that. Because we don't really know the heart of people. Not like Jesus did. Jesus knew and still does know everybody much better than we know ourselves. Because there's nothing hid from him. He knows our thoughts. Even before we think them, he knows how we're going to react to things. He knows who really love him and who really doesn't. He knows the sincere person. He knows who the hypocrite is. The thing about hypocrites, though, they'll say one thing, but in their heart, there's something else. But you won't know that unless God reveals that to you, or you watch them for a while and they'll start saying things and doing things that's contrary to one another. They can say, I love you. They can have this panache. Tilt their head just right, smile just right, and say, hey, you know, what's up, dog? You know, blah, blah, blah. But in their heart, they don't like you. Really, they don't really like you. But they got a good front. They got a real good front. They got this persona they throw on for you. But they don't like you. But they'll never tell you that. Why I say that is because sometimes, and all the times actually, you have to be where you are a praying person. You're always talking to God. The Bible said that we should always pray. Man should always pray and not faint. Pray. And I got this deal on my wrist. It says, pray first. You probably can't see it. Anyway, it says pray first. And we should always pray. Pray in the morning you get up. Pray before you go to bed. Pray all through the day. Talk to the Lord. The Lord will talk to you if you talk to him. He's talking to you and you don't even know it because, you know, if you don't talk to a person, you won't know their voice when they're talking to you. You just hear something, you just be saying, something told me, something said, because you don't really know. But the main point I'm trying to make here is that the disciples was with Jesus and Jesus knew all of them. He picked all of them and he knew their capabilities. He knew their desires. He knew their loyalties. Judas had the front. He had that I'm with the rest of the people. I'm with you. I'm for you. But basically, Judas was about Judas, and Judas had a whole nother. He had an ulterior motive. He wanted to overthrow the Romans, and he wanted to use Jesus' abilities to do it. So much so that he found out if he can just get the Sanhedrin, he can get them with the Sanhedrin, they can force him to do his agenda. So he deceived him. He thought he was deceiving Jesus, but Jesus already knew. At the Last Supper, he said, one of y'all is going to deceive me. One of y'all is going to betray me. Excuse me. And everybody was like, man, I'm tripping. Who is that going to be? It's not me. You know, it's not me, Lord. It's not me. He looked at he said, well, who is it? So what's the one that's going to dip in this with me, you know, and while we're eating this, eat this bread and dip in the same dip with me. But everybody was kind of, you know, getting eating the bread and the stock, you know. So he looked at Judas and said, man, what you going to do? Do it quickly. Just do what you do, in other words. They didn't think nothing of it because, you know, he's always leaving. He was always going to, you know, get money for this and that or sell this and that, you know, because they had to be financially set up so they can do what they do, get food and go to different places. all said and done, when they got to the Garden of Gethsemane and Jesus prayed and prayed and prayed, he knew what was going to happen anyway. Judas come up and kissed him. Said, the one that I kissed, that's who you're looking for. Sold him out. People will sell you out. They'll deceive you. You have to be aware of a deceiving person. That's why you should always pray. God will let you know who's cool, who's not, who be with, hang with, or not. If we really are prayed up and listening to the voice of the Lord. Because there are some people that don't like you, they want you they want your position, they're covetous, they want what you have, they don't want something like what you have. They want exactly what you have. They want to take whatever you have from you. And they wish they could find a way to do it. They want your position on the job. They want the man you got, women. They want that man. They'll try to be cute, show that little panage, that little smile, that little tilting of the head, and being cute. And if he's weak, he's going to dump you and take her. Vice versa. Men do the same thing. He want that man's woman. He's going to do what he's going to do to get that man's woman. If he's gone, he's a businessman, he's out of town a lot. Back in the day, a song said, Jody got your girl and gone. Jody still exists. Those people still exist. They don't, But the main thing I'm saying is we've got to be careful about wolves in sheep's clothing. Men ought to always pray and not faint. Listen to the voice of the Lord. Be led by the Spirit of the Lord. And if you don't know Jesus if you don't know him, if you haven't accepted him as your Savior, you need to do that. I say it all the time. You hear other people saying it. You go to church and you hear, well, you should go to church and hear it, but that's a different story. But the thing is, you need to have a one-on-one relationship with Jesus. So you can be led around these wolves in sheep's clothing. There's a lot of deception going on. There's a lot of hate in the world. So we need to be led. We need to be abreast of things. We need to know what's going on, so that you won't receive that Judas kiss and being sold out and being deceived. That's just not a good thing, not a good feeling. So I was just sitting here with my coffee and thinking about that. So that's your word for life today. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch you on the flip.